Hey folks, hi, this is Gigi. Hope you're all doing well. And no, Gigi has not gone batshit crazy. It's the holidays. Gotta start getting ready. Like my cool glasses and my bad hat. I couldn't help it. Wait till my kids see the clip that I made for my girls. Okay, today we're having a cold brew. Chica chica. Let's have a drink. Whoa, and we are going to get ready to drop some money and talk about the week. Got a lot of stuff going on. And let's see what else. And I think whatever else. And something I want to talk about. Sometimes we all get in a funk. Sometimes we all have that time when we get in a funk. That's when we have to keep moving. We're going to kind of talk about that. Heard a little statement, and I thought we'd go ahead and dive into that one there. Huh? What do you think? Bad coming in. Hot landing. All right, let's go ahead and drop some money. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and see how much money we're going to be dropping today. Hello, folks. I think I got my my overhead camera up and running today. Gigi sometimes forgets. What are you going to do? Anyway, let's see how much money you're counting today. Hope you're all doing well. So here's 50. Let me get my little trusty calculator here. 50. Oh, come on. 50 plus 20. It's 60. Oh, 50 plus 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50 plus 2, plus that's 6. All right, 166. Go ahead and get that going. Yeah, we've been getting, the weather has just been fantastic here. I mean, that's one of the reasons, I love Southern California. Southern California will always be home to Gigi. I'm just saying. But, oh wait, let me shut these. I know these flashing glasses may be a little... Are they a little distracting? Here, let me go ahead and shut them. Let me shut them off. Let me see. They have different modes. Okay, there we go. All right, you want? Oh no, I guess that's a slow cruising mode. Let me go again. No, not all the time. There we go. Now we're just chilling. So anyway, the weather's been like in the 70s, 80s. The highs like in the 60s. Really nice weather. So. It's like the gym or take Luna for a walk. I'd rather take Luna for a walk, but after I'm getting back into it, I started taking her for a walk, and it's great for the dog. My Luna, she just loves going for walks, but I get frustrated because when I first retired, I was walking, I was up to almost 3 miles a day and in less than an hour, and I loved it. But I kept falling. Gigi don't want to be doing that. So we had to stop that nonsense. So that's when, so I stopped walking altogether. That's when I started the gel. So all that whole scenario, So I had to stop that. So now and then it was so freaking hot. I'm not going to be walking when it's 115, 120 because that means in the morning it's like 90, sometimes 100. That's too hot for me and it's too hard for my Luna. I'm just saying. So the weather has just been, it's so nice. So I said, I'm going to start walking her again, but we're taking it slow. It's like it's taking me half an hour to do a mile. But you know what? I'm getting out there and I'm doing it. And my goal is even if... in 45 minutes, I can do 1.5 miles, just slowly, because I have to really concentrate on my steps because I don't want to fall. I'm going out there with my 2 braces on and, just kind of taking my time. And it's like I'm thinking about every freaking little step because, I don't want to fall. So just kind of taking it easy, but I'm thoroughly enjoying my walks so much that I'm not going to the gym. But, I need to go to the gym because it's a totally different type of exercise. So I got been talking to Dora. She goes, "You going to Zumba?" No, I'm not going to Zumba. I'm walking Luna. She goes, "You need to go to Zumba." Okay, whatever. So, no Zumba, but she texted me. It was like at 7 with a little emoji like, "Hello." And I was like, just get your behind to Reggie's, because you like Reggie's class. Zumba is just hard on my knees. I do like it. It's good cardio. It gets me moving, and meeting some of the ladies out there. But Reggie kind of does like a whole body thing, and I really like it. I like his class. He's got good energy. It's not the participants are great. The people that go. So I did get up and go to to Reggie's today, and that was great. But Luna looked a little dejected as I was leaving, and I did take her for a walk. So anyway, that's what I did today. Okay, let me go ahead and drop some money here. Okay, I'm gonna put a little money in here. I think I was gonna put like 10. Not doing 15 in here, because my priority is the glasses, or the teeth, and also Christmas. You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling about the I usually decorate for the holidays. This is the most decorating I have done for Halloween. I'm just saying, I'm just not feeling it this year. I don't know if it's because, with Big Dog and his current situation with his teeth, so I'm not really cooking, and I like to cook. I like to try to find fun recipes and try something different for him, but I'm not doing that right now. So I don't know if that's, better put the money in, Gigi. If that's why, but I'm just not feeling it. Since Thanksgiving, he's not going to be able to eat the turkey. Yeah, he could probably eat the potatoes and maybe, I don't know. Maybe pumpkin pie, but he's not a big pumpkin pie fan. So he'll have it just for Thanksgiving. So I know I should, just do it. But I don't know. For sure for Christmas, Gigi's got to make her tamales. Her boy's coming into town, him and his family. My big girl's coming, and they're expecting a big championship breakfast with what that means. What I make for my kids when I say championship breakfast for my kids, then I'm talking about my girl, my boy. It says chorizos con papas, some beans, and some probably sausage, some eggs, and some tortillas, maybe some salsa on the side. That is a championship breakfast. I didn't realize that when my big girl Charlie came out, I think it was a couple years ago, maybe last year, she had never had chorizo con papas. And I just went ahead and served it to her. Man, she was soul food, baby, soul food. And now she's a big fan of chorizo con papas. So anyway, I thought that was so cool. I asked my boy, had you not ever given it to her before? No. Be careful. You never know what Gigi's going to be up to. Okay, I was going to put 50 in the Christmas because I got to get money going in this thing. So let's go ahead and drop the 50. 50. Did that. Me and my mom did a little shopping. Got a few things. So that was nice. It wasn't too bad. I think we went to the new Target, then we went to Ross, and then we went to Walmart because she had to go do some grocery shopping. Because Gigi goes grocery shopping like this. Walmart Plus, they deliver it. I got it on a deal for half price for the year. So instead of a $99, I got a $45.99, something like that for the year. I'll try it for the year. That's right, half price. I'll take that. I love it. They come, deliver it, they bring it, and that's great. I like that. All right, so let's do $10 in here because I want to drop a little bit of money in here for my red heart. My red heart. Do that here. Oh, my baby Teddy. My baby Theodora, my baby Teddy. She turned 7 months. Oh, she's getting so big. My Alex is over there standing and getting ready to walk, and my Char, she's just doing great. My girls are doing great. Okay, put 10 in there. I don't think I was putting anything in here, but I know I'm putting something in Big Dog's RC fund. Let's put 8 in here. And then the rest will be dropping in for Christmas. And we'll do a little chat. Oh, I wanted to say...
Shout out.
Hello, Auntie Clara. Everything's fine. I hope you and my mom had a nice chat today. I know you're out there watching in YouTube land. So that's just a shout out to my aunt. She's my my mom's younger sister, and she's quite chatty with my mom. And I want to let her know I was thinking about her, so there's your shout out, Auntie. Whole other story, but we're not going there. So anyway, let's see here. I think that's it for today. And let's see how much we're going to put in. You ready? Can you get it focused? Is that in focus there? Let me try it. That's not too bad. Because we are going to do the Smile Money Drop. Yay! Okay, there we go. Boo. There we go. All right. Stop. Get it together, Gigi. Get it together. All right, so let's go ahead and take my money sheet out for my Smile Money. There we go here. Let's see, tomorrow, today's Friday. Tomorrow, Doris invited us to an event that they're having at the golf club tomorrow. It's some type. She said they were playing music. Come to find out, it's some type of, I think some type of disco or 60s or something. Something's going on tomorrow. So, depending where I'm at in the editing, I might include a couple clips of what we did. So that should be interesting. It should be fun because I said the weather's going to be nice, and I think it's like from 6 to 9, so it's an early evening type of thing. Just kind of chill, have a drink, have a good time. Kind of looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Like I said, because I did go to Reggie today because she sent a little icon to me, kind of like telling me, get off your behind, Gigi, and come to Reggie's. And I did. All right, here we go. So 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87. Okay, so let's keep the dollar. I think I might have 80. So this again, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87. Woohoo, 87. Big money, big money. 87. $87. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and update our sheet. And if you notice, Luna's kind of, see her right there? She's kind of behaving herself today after last week when she chomped on my light. I can't believe that. Okay, where's my pen? I just had a pen here. What the heck happened to my pen? Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Okay, so I colored it in. Oh, I guess I'll use this pen. Oh, there's my pen. Standing right in front of me. All right. So today is 10/17. It's $87. We're going to put 87 here. And we are going to add 1663 plus 87 equals 1750. And 4574 plus 87. 40. Okay, don't get excited. No, don't get excited now. 4661. That is fantastic. So, my big dog. So there's been a loss in his family. My big dog, and he was supposed to go in next week for another fitting. But he's not going to be able to because he's actually flying out Monday and won't be coming back till Friday. So if you can have him, I won't be going with him. I've got some appointments that I need to go to. So that I just can't reschedule. And like I said, this was unfortunately, this is something that happened suddenly. So he's going to be going. So keep him in his prayers, give him some positive thoughts, and, safe travels. And I know you folks are going to do that because, Big Dog's a good guy. So anyway, got that going on. And let's do that. And I think that's it. Oh, let me put this dollar right here because I can save it for next time. Put that away. Let me get this out of here. Because now we're going to talk about that little statement that I had read. And we'll go from there. And Gigi will get a little more serious there, okay? You know what I'm saying? Okay? All right. Okay, here we go. Quote of the week. Hey, folks. Welcome back. Okay, so here, it's not so much a quote, but it's a statement that I came across, and I thought, wow, this is, because I think we've all had those days that when you say you got the blues or you got a little bit of funk, but the fact is you got to find some way to keep going. And sometimes it's hard because it's like you're not feeling it. It's just like me going to the gym. I just was not feeling it. And maybe a little nudge from Doris kind of helped for today. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know about Sunday. I don't know about Monday. But for today, it kind of the nudged me out the door. So it wasn't so bad. Oh, you see, I'm not no hat, no no witch's glasses because talk about serious stuff here. So there you go. Got serious Gigi here. Yeah, right. So anyway, here it is. I don't know where it came from. It's just something I saw. So here it is. Hard truth. If you wait until you feel better to start living, you might be waiting forever. Go live your life. Do it sad, do it anxious. Do it uncertain. Because healing doesn't always come before the experience. Sometimes the experience is what heals you. So if you're going to wait for that perfect time, it's probably never going to come. Because the one thing about life is that it's always changing, it's always revolving. That's just the reality. And if you're waiting for, if when I get this, or when I get that, or I feel like this, or I feel like that, if all those things are holding you back from what you really want to do, or what you need to do, you're not going to move forward. And life does not guarantee, like my mama says, time waits for no one. Doesn't matter how you're feeling. Doesn't matter if you feel like crap. Doesn't matter if you feel bad. Doesn't matter if you feel blue. Doesn't matter if, like I said, anxious, desperate. But whatever the feeling is, it don't matter how you feel. Time waits for no one. And the fact is, if we go through whatever the challenge is or whatever that feeling is, if we go through it and we push ourselves through it, sometimes that's when we learn most about ourselves. Sometimes we might find out what it was that was holding us back. We may find out why was it holding us back. And coming out the other end, you come out smarter, you're more aware, and maybe come to an understanding that if I feel like that, this is what I have to do. But if you stay stagnant, if you don't move, if you don't do anything, ain't nothing's going to change. And that's a hard truth. If you don't motivate, I don't know about motivating, if you just got to take one step in front of the other, you just got to keep moving. Just keep me moving. Because the only thing that's constant in life is change. Nothing stays the same. I was having a conversation with my girl this week, and I told her, everything's going on right now, it's all temporary. Because life will always change. Your baby's going to get bigger. Your husband's going to do something different. We're just people. And people don't stay the same. You say, he's the same old guy. No, he's not. He may be showing that to you, but really he's not. Or she may be showing that to you, but really she's not. Because the fact is we change every single day. It may be very small, but what happens, each one of those change add up to something else. Now, our core could be like, one of the things I've been listening to this gal, Suzy Welch. She has, okay, there goes Luna underneath my desk. Lay down, Luna. No chewing, no more cords. She has a podcast called Becoming You. And one of the things she talks about, which I never really thought about, is a value. I think it's the values. Like, we think we know what our values are, but it's not really a value. And I think that's what I'm trying to understand. So what's the difference between a value and not a value? Okay, folks, let me step in here. Let me see if I can explain this a little bit. This is what Suzy Welch means by the scope. A high scope, a desire for big, exciting life filled with new people. Where a low scope is more a contained, calm, secure life. And I think at one time I was probably a low scope, but now I think I'm looking towards more of a high scope, and maybe that's what I really was to begin with. Now, the difference between values and virtues, values is what we can choose. Virtues are more societal kind of acceptance. As a society, as a group of people, how that behavior is okay. That's a virtue. And a value is what we choose. So it's kind of, I find this whole thing kind of interesting. I hope you do. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And then the other, I think it's a score. Like, I guess the way you see people, because to me, when I'm curious about people. And so since I'm curious about people, I have a high score of whatever that is. I'm still trying to figure that out. I just started this podcast. Because again, I like to try to understand why people are or why people think the way they do sometimes, or what is it that motivated that person to do that. And I think that's why I enjoyed working in housing so much, because I was always trying to understand,
why do you do that?
Why are you doing that? Or how did you end up here? That was your story there. How did you end up here? I guess that's always been where my curiosity lies. My brother, very, very intelligent guy, he would take things apart because he wanted to see how they worked. Now, I'm not going to say I always put them back together, but he's a very talented guy. But I remember as a kid, he was always taking stuff apart. I never did that. But what I do know as a kid, I observed.
What you looking at?
I just kind of sat back and watched. And that's probably where this curiosity about people started way back then. Didn't know that then. Until just right now talking to you, that I've always been kind of curious of why people behave the way they do, how people ended up in that situation. I'm curious about people and how they think. Maybe that's why I watch so many crime investigation shows. I don't know. Like, why did they do that? But anyway, the Suzy Welch, I'll put a link. Like I said, I just started it. I want to be able to, I'm going to be getting her book. I have it on hold with the library right now. So as soon as the one's available, I'll be getting a copy of that. Yes, I go to the library because you know what? Gigi's on a budget. But, yeah, but anyway. I think, let me go about change, about feeling funky, about having the blues, whatever you want to call it. If you continue to stay there, nothing's going to help you. No one's going to help you. I mean, maybe some people will help you, but really at the end of the day, you're the one that's got to make the change. So the fact is, that even when you're feeling bad, even when you're feeling blue, even when you're feeling depressed, even if you're feeling anxious, if you're unsure, just go through it. Because the thing is that sometimes we learn most of it is when we're going through it. I think the hardest thing I've ever... we lost a baby between my son and my daughter. And I always remember... I was probably about 6 months when we lost the baby. And I just had my son at the time. And I always remember when we left, once we got word that, she was gone, I remember we were leaving the facility because they had referred us over to a genetic institute at that time. This is, my boy's 40, so it's like over 35 years ago. And we were in Southern California. And we left that office. It was like right before rush hour, commuter time. And I remember getting in the car, and it was out in Pasadena. We were driving into where were we driving to? San Gabriel Valley, out Whittier, La Mirada area, going out to my mom's. I think it was my mom's, I think we were going back to our place. We were going out to San Bernardino County. And I remember the drive, and I remember knowing what was going on with me and Gary at the time. Knowing what was going on. Knowing what I was holding. But yet when we went outside, the sun was bright. I remember the sky was so clear. The sun was so bright. And I'm just looking out the window and watching the people as they go by. Oblivious as to what me and him were going through. But knowing the heartbreak that I was feeling, but everybody was going through their own thing. They're driving their car, they're getting home, they're dealing with whatever you're dealing with, and the sun was so bright. I just remember the sun being so bright and the sky so blue. It was such a clear day, the Southern California day, And I just thought, nothing's changed for anybody else but us. Nobody's world has been impacted by this except for us. In our little car, driving and watching everybody else oblivious to what was going on with me and with us. That's what I'm saying. You know, people are going through their own stuff. People are carrying their own baggage or hurt or confusion or disappointment. Everybody's carrying it to some degree. But sometimes you got to push yourself through that to have a better day, to have a better outlook, to be the better version of yourself. Because if I just stayed in that car, nothing would have changed. But I knew I had to get out of that car. I knew when we got to our place, because that's where we ended up going. That's right, because my mom was watching my boy at the time, Garrett. He was probably about 3 or 4. He was little. And I remember just seeing his face and just holding him and knowing how happy I was to see his face. Now, I don't know if he realizes how happy it made me to see him, but also it was like a bittersweet, because that's what I'm saying. Everybody's going through something. Everybody's got their own stuff they got to get through. Everybody's got their own baggage they're carrying. But what you have to do is get past that and realize in order for it to get better for you, you have to be the one that makes the move. You're the one that has to make the step. Somebody can help you along, but unless you change in here and in here, ain't nothing going to change. Because they can't do that part for you. They really can't. You know, so sometimes we have hard days. Sometimes we are in a funk. Sometimes we are feeling blue. But if you want to have better days, you just got to push through it. And that's the hard truth. I'm just saying. So let me go ahead and read that statement again, okay? Hard truth. If you wait until you feel better to start living, you might be waiting forever. True. Go live your life. Do it sad, do it anxious, do it uncertain. Because healing doesn't always come before the experience. Sometimes the experience is what heals you. You know, we'll tell ourselves, when I'm not tired, when I'm less sad, when my anxiety comes down, when life feels stable again. But the truth is, life doesn't wait for perfect conditions, and neither should you. You can't do that. Sometimes you have to live your life, push through in the middle of the chaos, do it sad, do it anxious, do it uncertain. Just do it, baby. Just do it. You gotta do it. Because like it says, sometimes that's where the healing will sometimes come from, going through it. You know? So don't stop yourself, as hard as it might be. Keep moving forward. Because nothing's going to change unless you make it happen. And we have it inside. We do. We all have it inside. So anyway, I think that's all I'm going to say for today. Because that was a hard truth. I hope you enjoyed my little intro with my... No, Gigi's not batshit crazy. But, hey, you know what? Shits and grins, baby. Shits and grins. You got to have fun. So anyway, I hope you all have a good one. Because I think Gigi's going to be signing off. What does Gigi say? Gigi says, tits up. You have a good one. Until next week. Ciao, folks. Ciao.
We're getting ready. Getting ready at the dance floor. So turn the lights on. You know just what we're here for.